Intel Arc B580. This one specifically is the Sparkle Titan OC edition. I'll review an unboxing real quick, and then we will do another video about doing some benchmarking with this thing. And then we'll do another video doing like a long-term kind of using it. I'm going to use it every day for like a week or so for a gaming PC, and then I'm going to switch it over to my second PC, where I do for like my video editing on. I do watch YouTube videos, or watch streams or whatever. I do whatever on that computer. That's like my daily computer, and then we'll do a week or so and a review on that as well. Maybe I'll just combine into the same video. We'll see. Let's get into unboxing this one. So this is the Sparkle Titan card. We'll get unboxing, and then we'll go over some specs of it. So first open the box up. Meet with this. It's like a little phone or like a paper, like egg carton type thing. It's weird. Not the most premium thing I've ever seen. Then you have your graphics card, and you get a support bracket, a solid aluminum support bracket. It's got magnets in it. It's got a rod and GPU support, which is actually kind of actually nice to see on this card, especially because of the price of this card. This one MSRP, I think, on the normal B580 is $250 USD, which we all know is kind of a joke because they're mostly $300, which this one basically is $300. If you look at like Micro Center, stuff like that. But again, there's even more expensive cards that don't even come with a support bracket, and if they do, it's plastic. So this one being metal, aluminum is cool. Then you get your graphics card and this little bag. Lighting in here, it's blue. It's just blue lighting. It just lights up blue, kind of as like a breathing effect. You get these three fans, these three fans, which they do kind of talk about the cooling on this card when you look at the specs. I don't have a script. We'll pull this up real quick. So for cooling, this has what Sparkle calls their Torn Cooling 2.0, 95 millimeter axial fans, 3 of them. You get one PCIe 8 by 8 connector. It's a 200 watt total board power card, according to their website, the Spark website. 200 watts. With a boost clock of 2740 and a base clock of 2670. So it boosted a little bit high. Nothing super powerful. I don't know what the overclocking is. Maybe we'll do an overclocking on this card as well. For rear connectivity, you get one HDMI 2.1 port and 3 HDMI or 3 DisplayPort 2.1s. So you get a little bit connected there. For the PCIe, you get a PCIe 4.0 by 8. Unfortunately, I wish it was by 16, but it is not. It's by 8, which is perfectly fine for a card like this. It does support ray tracing, which is something where I wouldn't enable ray tracing, but on games where it requires ray tracing, like Indiana Jones, the newest one, and even some of the Star Wars Jedi games or whatever, they require you to use ray tracing. That's the only time I would really use the ray tracing on a card like this and not take the performance hit in day-to-day scenarios. What else? This has 12 gigabytes of VRAM GDR6 at 456 megabits per second. So in a price class like this, if you're looking at, there's really 3 other cards, maybe 4 on the used market that I would kind of compare this to. The 4060, which only has 8 gigabytes. This will be better in most scenarios. And the Radeon 6600 or 6700 or no 7600. My bad, 7600. Which is around the same price, a little cheaper. But also has 8 gigabytes of RAM. The other option is the used market, the 3060 12 gigabyte, which you can pick up. Used to be able to pick up for like $200, so $50 cheaper, really $100 cheaper than this card. But on the used market, but again, this will be newer, so supports a little bit better ray tracing. And so maybe that's another option you can go with. I'll do a comparison video with that as well. We'll do some more comparison videos. As far as specs of your PC, if you're going to be either upgrading your current PC with your current, like your current graphics card, maybe from like a 2080 Super or lower, like 2070 or 2060 Super, or maybe like a 1080 or 1070 or something like that, and you want a newer card. What I would, one thing I would say is you, for your current system specs, I would definitely go with a Intel 10th gen or newer, so 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, or even a new Core Ultra series, in order to get the most out of this graphics card. Or with the Ryzen, go with a 3000 series or newer 3, 5, 6, or 3, 5, 7, or 9000 series on like the latest platform. And you want to make sure that your motherboard supports resizable bar. This card really requires resizable bar to get the most performance out of it, which is unfortunate. I wish it didn't have as much CPU overhead as it does, but that's just one thing about this card. Another thing about this, about the Intel B580 to be cautious of is driver support. For the most part, I have not had any issues with the Intel cards I've tried with games that I play. But on like maybe first day releases or like, you know, older titles that aren't super popular, you might not get very good driver support, and your game might not work, it might not launch, it might crash, you don't know, you know, it might not get the best performance. So that's one thing about the Intel graphics, they still are kind of iffy, but everything else seems to work decently. As far as video editing and other software, it does support 81 encoding, and it also has its own Intel version of like you know, different decoders. I don't know all of them, but there's all sorts of different ones you can, you know, look into them if that is what you're buying a card like this for. Is for like a streaming PC or something like that to get the extra VRAM at like at a budget price. Other thing too is this does support Intel XCSS, like upscaling, super sampling, the resolution, stuff like that. And what else? That's about it. Pretty much it for this card. So we'll do our benchmark testing, which I will kind of tease it here. I've already kind of unboxed this thing and done the testing already. Some outlets, media outlets, have called this a 1440p card. I personally would not recommend. I mean, 1440p does work. I'd personally say this is a 1080p high settings card for single player titles and a 1080p competitive settings titles for, like, you know, games like CS:GO, Marvel Rivals, Black Ops 6, Warzone, Valorant, things like that. I would say that that's what this card is, more of a 1080p type of card with some 1440p capabilities, but I would stick mainly to budget 1080p gaming, high refresh rate on, you know, competitive titles, you know, and then, you know, fun single player titles. I would do, you know, high settings with ray tracing, or, you know, on ones that require it. And if they don't require ray tracing, just do high settings and just play it like 90 to 80 FPS, you know, and have a fun experience in that way. If you do 1440p, you get 60, which if you're good with 60 and you want a little bit visual quality of 1440p over 1080, then maybe. But I think I would step up to a different card if I was going to go serious 1440p gaming. But if you guys enjoyed the video, have more, you know, enjoyed the videos like this, leave a like if you want to, or comment, see if you want to see more videos like this, or any other recommendations you have, or any things we could test with this. You know, test different CPUs, which we were going to do. You know, do some like a themed build with this, or whatever you want to do. So whatever you want to see in the comments below. If you want to keep finding your way back to this channel, or you want to watch other content we're going to come up with, consider subscribing. If not, thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next one.